mission Soyuz MS-28 spacecraft and its 3 crew members, and the International Space Station's 73 crew, the Expedition 73 crew, who will greet them as the newly arrived trio, NASA's Chris Williams and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergey Kud-Sverchkov and Sergei Mikaev begin their 8 months aboard the orbital outpost. It has been about 2 hours and 16 minutes since the docking occurred of the Soyuz MS-28 to the Rassvet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. The docking occurring at 6:34 a.m. Central Time, 7:34 a.m. Eastern Time, a flawless 3-hour and 7-minute journey following launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. This view showing in the foreground the newly arrived Soyuz MS-28 spacecraft on board in the descent module. Chris Williams, Sergey Kud-Sverchkov, and Sergei Mikaev. The journey of the Soyuz MS-28 began at 3:27 and 57 seconds a.m. Central Time. It was 2:27 and 57 seconds p.m. at the launch site in Baikonur, as the main engines lit up on the Soyuz 2.1A booster. Also on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station is the Soyuz northeast over the Central Asian desert that will be the Baikonur Cosmodrome in about a week and a half or so, 46-second trip Kim of NASA to deposit the Soyuz cosmonauts, Alexei occupants, into its preliminary orbit, who will be climbed to orbit by the 3-stage Soyuz booster was on the steppe of Kazakhstan. Everything that will be by the book. Late in the evening of December 8th, the U.S. time, separated from the third stage of the Soyuz rocket, it deployed its navigational antennas and solar arrays, and the chase to catch up to the International Space Station was underway.
S6 is ready, and LED is no longer illuminated.
With the Soyuz having executed a number of mid-course correction burns that were pre-planned and automatically arrived in the neighborhood of the International Space Station, the Soyuz slowly but surely eased its way toward the Rassvet module, eventually linking up at 6:34 a.m. Central Time, 7:34 a.m. Eastern Time, the docking occurring in perfect fashion. No issues reported whatsoever, setting the stage for hooks to be closed to form a hard mate between the Soyuz and the Rassvet module. Now, over the course of the past 2 hours and 16 minutes or so, there have been leak checks and pressure checks conducted on both sides of the docking interface, with Soyuz commander, or rather Space Station Commander Sergei conducting those leak checks on the Rassvet side of the docking interface, and the leak checks being conducted Russian flight controllers by Soyuz Commander Sergei outside of Moscow on the Soyuz side, are preparing the docking interface at the Rassvet to bring us inside the Rassvet module. Those leak checks and pressure checks to equalize pressure across the docking interface opening are about to come to a close. Ready for all of that once we pass the Expedition 73 crew and our tracking data relay satellite Soyuz counterparts, and to greet them on board in the video vestibule, if you will, of the Rassvet module. Only of the international minutes space station we regain once the hatches are open between the two, and then we'll be ready for hatch opening. The newly arrived trio of Chris Williams, Sergey Kud-Sverchkov, and Sergei Mikaev crew of they will make their way along with the Expedition 73 Soyuz MS-28 who will take up residence on the station for the next 8 months. Headsets and receive congratulatory calls from Russian space officials at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow in the town of Korolyov, as well as the spacecraft communicator here in Mission Control in Houston.
Station Moscow, space to ground 2 for hatch opening.
Again, we're standing by for the opening of the hatches between the Soyuz MS-28 spacecraft and the Rassvet module on board the International Space Station. This view showing in the foreground the newly arrived Baikonur toward Soyuz MS-28 spacecraft module on NASA's Chris Williams in the descent module. Roscosmos cosmonauts Chris Williams, Sergey, Kud-Sverchkov, and Sergei Mikaev are completing their pressure checks. Board engineer prior to the time that they'll be given permission to open the hatch. Once between those hatches are opened, and the Rassvet population of the International Space Station will rise to adjacent docking port, which is the Prashal continuing the permanent human occupancy also on the International Space Station segment of the station on November 2nd, MS-27 spacecraft with the arrival on board of the Expedition 1 crew, Bill Shepard, in about a week and a half. The docking interface by Sergey Ryzhikov, the station commander, as he works to open the station hatch. That'll be followed by the opening of the Soyuz hatch by Sergey Kud-Sverchkov.
Moscow Station. Space to ground 2. Station Moscow for Sergey on space to ground 2 for hatch opening.
The International Space Station is currently flying 260 miles above the South Pacific, having begun a southwest to northeasterly track that will carry it across the northwest coast of South America a short time from now. The Russian flight controllers of the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow. The International Space Station is preparing, portrayed by an icon to bring us inside the Rassvet module in celebration of this Soyuz MS-28 spacecraft for hatch opening. We should be ready for all of that once we pass a handover in our tracking and data relay satellite system that we will lose the downlink video from the station for. It will only last a couple of minutes before we regain that KU capability, and then we'll be ready for hatch opening. And the greeting by the Expedition 73 crew of the newly arrived trio aboard the Soyuz MS-28, who will take up residence on the station for the next 8 months.
Контролируем S3. S3 горит. Засекли 2 минуты.
And we've regained our television capability. You can see the station commander, Sergey Ryzhikov, with the headset on right at the hatchway to Soyuz. Alexei Zabritsky is right by his side. Other crew members have gathered. It will be a photo fest here shortly as the hatches will be opened on the Soyuz side, and the newly arrived trio will float on board. At the bottom of your screen, NASA's Johnny Kim, who we're standing by for the opening of the hatches between the Soyuz MS-28 spacecraft with Zabritsky and Ryzhikov and the Soyuz MS-27 space station. They will be wrapping up their flawless ride from the launch pad in Baikonur toward the docking at the Rassvet module for NASA's Chris Williams and Roscosmos cosmonauts Crew 11 Dragon Endeavour, Soyuz commander, August, also in the field is board engineer Sergei Mikaev. Once those hatches are opened, the population of the International Space Station will rise to 10, continuing the permanent human occupancy of the International Space Station.
Just standing
that
by
on November 2nd, 2000, right behind Ryzhikov, with the arrival on board of the Expedition 1 crew, Bill Shepard, Sergey Kud-Sverchkov, and Yuri Mikaev to float on board. As part of Expedition 73, the increments will change from 73 to 74 at the time that Kim, Zabritsky, and Ryzhikov undock from the International Space Station on December 8th.
You may activate the camera and open the MRM-1 SU hatch. Copy.
And we're just moments away from regaining our downlink television capability from the station. Once we do, we'll be on board in the Rassvet module to watch the work being done on the station side of the docking interface by Sergei Ryzhikov, the station commander, as he works to open the station hatch. That'll be followed by the opening of the Soyuz hatch by Sergey Kud-Sverchkov.
25-38, пункт 4, то есть выполняете.
Пункт 4 принято.
Вот, а вот пункт 4, шаг 3. В книге «Орбитальный полет» надо будет выполнить на следующие сутки.
The International Space Station is currently flying 260 miles above the South Pacific, having begun a southwest to northeasterly track that will carry it across the northwest coast of South America a short time from now. And you can see on the front screen here in Mission Control, the International Space Station is being portrayed by an icon of a turkey in celebration of this Thanksgiving Day.
Moscow Station, Space Ground 2.
Так, выполните замену патрона ВСА. Кречетый ЦУПом П1 на П3.
Pressurization valve is in electrical control.
P1 на P3 меняем.
MRM-1,
Есть указание работать в рамках.
Принято. Работаем по действиям рамки, страница 70. Открывай ККТ. ККТ.
Так, тебе еще пометьте перевести из...
Контролируем С3.
Из УМов бытовой отсек вашего корабля нужно будет перенести отсек.
2 минуты.
соответственно, стреляю, и пока...
And we've regained our television capability. You can see the station commander, Sergei Ryzhikov, with the headset on right at the hatchway to Soyuz. Alexei Zabritsky is right by his side. Other crew members have gathered. There will be a photo control here shortly. As if you're just joining us, you're looking in the Rassvet module of the International Space Station, the newly arrived trio will float Expedition 73 crew members, led by Station Commander Sergei Ryzhikov, right by the hatchway with the head set on, are waiting for the hatch to open on the Soyuz MS-28 that docked to the station's Rassvet module at 6:34 a.m. At the bottom of Central your screen, time, NASA's Johnny 7:34 a.m. Eastern returning to Earth on December after 8th, a flawless 3-hour U.S. time, along with Zabritsky and Ryzhikov of the Soyuz MS-28 Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. They will be wrapping up their 8 months aboard the International Space Station hatchway, checking to see if anybody's home. I can assure the station they are. Just completing final procedures before they open the hatch and join August their expedition in the field 73 crewmates.
Moscow Station, Space to Ground 2. Sergey, go ahead on Space to Ground 2. Are we staying on Space to Ground 2, Konstantin? Yes, we're still standing by.
We are just standing by for that hatch right behind Ryzhikov to swing open.
We are
and for Williams,
right now.
Kud-Sverchkov and Mikaev to float on board
Copy.
as part of Expedition 73 The increments will change from 73 to 74 at the time that Kim, Zabritsky, and Ryzhikov undock from the International Space Station on December 8th.
На патрон очистки нужно будет надеть. Сергей, ну пока выравнивается давление, пометьте себе, возьмите там или планшет, или пометьте себе, что консервацию выполняем транспортного корабля по орбитальному полету. Ну, перед тем, как будешь связь отключать, ну, выйди на связь, скажи, что ты отключаешься. Страница 20. 38. Так, что у нас там с выравниванием?
Тиреты. Продолжается выравнивание.
25-38.
Текущее давление на манвакометре 761 миллиметр.
Принято. Ну,
пункт 4 принято.
Вот, а вот пункт 4, шаг 3. В книге «Орбитальный полет» надо будет выполнить на следующие сутки.
То есть выполняем шаги все, кроме 3-го сегодня?
Да, все верно, Сергей.
Once the hatches are open and the 10 crew members move inside the Zvezda service module to receive welcoming and congratulatory remarks from Russian officials at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Korolyov and from our spacecraft communicator here at Mission Control, Laura Beachy. They will move on to a traditional safety briefing that will be conducted by Sergei Ryzhikov, the station commander, before heading into a midday meal and the wrap-up of what has been a very long day, particularly for the Soyuz crew.
Okay, 2-minute timer, and then we are standing by for hatch opening. Copy that, 2 more minutes.
And that 2-minute timer refers to a final check on the equalization of pressure in the small passageway between the Soyuz and the Rassvet module.
Соответственно, с 3 и ПК-1М. Как принял?
Принял, да, перенести афот БМП плюс 3 ПК-1М.
Да, все верно.
This is Mission Control Houston. If you're just joining us, you're looking in the Rassvet module of the International Space Station, where Expedition 73 crew members, led by Station Commander Sergei Ryzhikov, right by the hatchway with the head set on, are waiting for the hatch to open on the Soyuz MS-28 that docked to the station's Rassvet module at 6:34 a.m. Central Time, 7:34 a.m. Eastern Time, after a flawless 3-hour, 7-minute journey following launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Ryzhikov is tapping on the hatchway, checking to see if anybody's home. I can assure you they are. Just completing final procedures before they open the hatch and join their Expedition 73 crewmates.
Moscow Station, space to ground 2. Sergey, go ahead on space to ground 2.
2 минуты.
Are we staying on space to ground 2? Konstantin?
Так, отставить.
Yes, we're still standing by. We are equalizing the pressure right now.
We'll
Everything is going per the plan.
F4 is no longer
Copy.
illuminated. It is not illuminated. We are ready to record actions in 8.1, page 7.1. Should I fence for now? Yes, you can do that. Moscow, we're starting to close, to open the BOSU hatch cover. Yes, here we go.
Трансляция идет со стороны станции, тоже будем наблюдать, как вы открываете.
And we're getting the stations broadcast, so we'll be watching you do that. So we'll just start opening it now.
Да, хорошо, конечно.
Так, что у нас там с выравниванием?
Once again, standing by for the opening of the hatch to the Soyuz MS-28 spacecraft and the arrival on board of Chris Williams of NASA and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergey Kud-Sverchkov and Sergei Mikaev.
I'll just repeat that the broadcast is on. Copy.
Ручка сработала. Так.
It was activated.
Сейчас скромно чуть-чуть.
Once the hatches are open and the 10 crew members move inside the Zvezda service module to receive welcoming and congratulatory remarks. And the Soyuz hatch now open at Russian officials at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Korolyov, a.m. Eastern Time. From our spacecraft communicator, the International Space Station flew 260 miles. They will move on to the Eastern Pacific, just to the west of South America. Safety briefing that will be conducted by Sergei the station commander, before heading into a midday meal and the wrap-up of what has been a very long day, particularly for the Soyuz crew.
2-minute timer, and then we are standing by for hatch opening. Copy that, 2 more minutes.
And that 2-minute timer refers to a final check on the equalization of pressure in the small passageway between the Soyuz and the Rassvet Central, 10:16 a.m. Eastern Time, standing by for the 3 new crew members to float inside the International Space Station.
And the 2 flight engineers can exit now.
Сергей, попросили вам еще раз напомнить, что газоанализатор мы не консервируем, а выдаем команду только Т6 на отключение газоанализатора.
Принято Т6 на отключение вместо консервации.
Принято.
Так, 2 минуты прошло. Вступаем, готовы работать. Так, отставить. Закрываю ККТ.
Pressure control valve.
Закрываем
КВД, PV valve to close, and we'll make sure that S4 is no longer illuminated. It is not illuminated. We are ready to execute actions in 8.1, page 7.1. Should I transfer now? Yes, you can do that. Moscow, we're starting to close, to open the BOSU hatch cover. Yes, here we go.
Трансляция идет со стороны станции. Тоже будем наблюдать, как вы открываете.
And we're getting the stations broadcast, so we'll be watching you do that. So we'll just start opening it now.
Once again, standing by for the opening of the hatch to the Soyuz MS-28 spacecraft, swinging open, and the arrival on board for 3 new crew members to Chris Williams of NASA and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergey Kud-Sverchkov and Sergei Mikaev.
I'll just repeat that the broadcast is on. Copy.
Ручка сработала. Так.
Sergey Mikaev, second in.
It was activated.
And the Soyuz commander, Kud-Sverchkov. Station population now swelling to 10.
Так,
And the Soyuz hatch now open at 9:16 a.m. Central Time, 10:16 a.m. Eastern Time, as the International Space Station flew 260 miles over the eastern Pacific, just to the west of South America. Their way inside the Zvezda service module to receive welcoming and congratulatory remarks from officials there in Moscow.
On the station. Yes, we can see and confirm. Congratulations. So we may go to Space to Ground 1 now and turn off the camera.
Again, the Soyuz hatch opened at 9:16 a.m. Central, 10:16 a.m. Eastern Time. 10 crew members standing by for the reconvene in the Zvezda service module float inside the International Space Station. Some welcoming remarks from officials at the Russian Mission Control Center that you see there from this balcony camera view in Korolyov outside of Moscow. And a few words from our spacecraft communicator here in Mission Control in Houston, Laura Beachy. You see Beachy next to Flight Director Chris Dobbins, the Orbit 2 team of flight controllers now having taken the helm on this Thanksgiving Day, watching over the International Space Station.
Station Moscow, Space to Ground 1. We switched the cameras, so you may turn off the camera in the service module. Turn it on. Copy, turning on the camera in the service module.
We should be seeing the crew inside the Zvezda service module momentarily.
We are receiving the video. How do you read us? We read you loud and clear.
We can hear you very well.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on being on the station. Great to hear you. Waiting for you all to get together.
And the Soyuz hatch now swinging open, paving the way for 3 new crew members to arrive on the station. Chris Williams first in.
We're ready. Switching you to the big screen.
Sergey Mikaev second in. And the Soyuz commander, Kud-Sverchkov.
ISS crew, good
Station
day.
population now swelling to
This is
10.
Dmitry, Sergey, Chris, great to see you on ISS. There's a large crew here now. The personnel of Mission Control Moscow is congratulating you. It has been
The crew now will
perfect
make their way
flight to
inside
perfect
the
rendezvous, perfect
Zvezda service
docking.
module
We are happy to be with you
receive
here. Now it has been, it
welcoming
will be
and
8 months
congratulatory remarks from
ahead of
officials
us.
there in Moscow.
Congratulations to
On the
being here.
station. Yes, we can see
Thank you.
and confirm.
Good to hear you.
Congratulations.
The operators
So
are
we may go
sending
to
greetings
ground
to
one
you.
now.
I'm giving
And turn off the camera.
mic to the guests. They're here at the balcony. They want to talk to you.
The
Thank you
10 crew
again.
members will now
Thank you.
reconvene in the Zvezda service module. We are expecting some welcoming remarks from officials at the Russian Mission Control Center that you see there from this balcony camera view in Korolyov
hi.
outside of Moscow, and a few words
How are you
from
doing? How are
our
you
spacecraft
feeling?
communicator here in Mission Control in Houston, Laura Beachy.
Perfect.
You see Beachy next to
Just
Flight
like
Director
second time.
Chris Dobbins. The Orbit 2 team of flight controllers now having taken
It's a
the
bit
helm on
different
this
than last
Thanksgiving
time.
Day, watching over the International Space Station.
So you came here to stay over the winter. Looks like it. Yes, we are actually hiding from the cold here. So okay, so you're going to be here over winter. The cosmonauts are spending winter on ISS. Yeah, the weather down here is not as good. We'll be waiting for you. We'll be waiting for you to come back in the summer. Good. Thank you. Sergey, we can see your happy face.
Space to ground one.
We are so happy for
We
you.
switched the cameras, so
It
you may turn
happened
off the camera
again.
in the service module.
All your achievements, all your efforts paid off. So you managed
Turn it
to be
on.
here. And we'll be waiting for you
Copy, turning
to
on
come
the
back.
camera in the service module.
Make sure you will spend your time the way you want to usefully and enjoy the views from the station. This is a big hug from the whole family. Okay. Hello to Alena. Understand.
We should be seeing the crew inside the Zvezda service module momentarily.
Hi, cousin. Hi, Sergey.
We are receiving the video. How do you read it? We read you
Everything is
loud and
good. I can
clear.
see you. I can hear you very well.
Congratulations.
Make sure you take care of yourself being on the station perfectly. Great to hear you. Thank you. Waiting for you all to get together so that we can switch you to the big screen. Are you ready? Sergey. We're ready. Switching you to the
We've
big
been
screen.
watching.
We wish you success. Thank you. Let's make sure everything lines up perfectly. Thank you, thank you.
От Лёши тоже привет, но он не смог, к сожалению, приехать.
Do our best.
Но мы все передадим ему.
Alesha is saying hello. We will. He wasn't able to be here, but we'll show him the video. ISS crew, good day. Meet again. This is Dmitry down here, okay? Sergey now down. Of course, yes. Thank you, Chris. Great to see you on ISS. There's a large crew here now. The personnel of Mission Control Moscow is congratulating you. It has been perfect flight, perfect rendezvous, perfect docking. We are happy to be with you here. Now it will be 8 months ahead of us. Congratulations to being here.
Hello?
Hello. Thank you. Hi. Good to hear you. How are you? Operators are sending greetings to you. I'm giving the mic to the guests. They're here at the balcony. They want to talk to you. Have a good flight. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're waiting for you here, okay? Thank you. Take care. Sergey, hi. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Guys, greetings to you. Have good health. Perfect success in your mission. Return just like second time. All the best to you. It's a bit different than last time. So you came here to stay over the winter. Looks like it. Yes, we are actually hiding from the cold here. So okay, so you're going to be here over winter. The cosmonauts are spending winter on ISS. Yeah, the weather down here is not as good. So we're done with the We'll be waiting for Russian side. We'll be waiting for you to come back in the summer. We hand you over to Mission Control Houston. Thank you again. And Sergey, we can see your happy face. Come back. We're looking. We are so happy to see you soon back here. It happened. Thank you again. Thank you. All the best. All your achievements, all your efforts paid off.
And Station Houston
so
on
you
Space Ground 1
be
from
here.
Houston. Welcome to the International
We'll be
Space Station, Sergey, and Chris.
Come back.
As you guys know, just a few weeks ago, our international partnership commemorated 25 years of continuous human presence on the ISS. The three of you are extending that impressive milestone. We started it off with a just flawless arrival. So thanks for setting the stage for a historic increment on this international laboratory that benefits all of humanity. Welcome to the ISS and have a great time. Yeah, great banner back there. Go 25 years and continuing.
Thank you so much. We're happy to be here.
Hi, cousin.
Привет, Сережа.
Hi, Sergey.
Все у вас хорошо, вижу.
Everything is good, I can see you.
Пусть твоя команда всегда поддерживает тебя, а техника работает безупречно.
Make sure you take care of yourself so that everything works perfectly.
And Station Houston, thanks for a great event. We are just wrapping up here on the ground. Appreciate it.
Сереж, привет.
Hi, Sergey.
Привет.
Hi.
Мы все видели, смотрели. Спасибо тебе большое. Желаем тебе удачи.
We wish you success. Thank you. Let's make sure everything lines up perfectly. Mission Control Space to Ground 1. Thank you again. We'll do our best. Alesha is saying hello. We will. He wasn't able to be here, but it was great to see you. Thank you again. Let's talk to you again. Talk to you soon. Down here, okay? In our town, of course. Yes, thank you, Oksana.
And welcoming remarks from officials and friends of the newly arrived crew at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov outside of Moscow. And here in Houston, in Mission Control, from Laura Beachy, the spacecraft communicator, part of the Orbit 2 team of flight controllers working on this Thanksgiving Day.
Hello.
So with that, we'll wrap up our coverage of the arrival of Soyuz MS-28 to the International Space Station. You see that vehicle in the foreground. docked to the Rassvet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station. And adjacent to that is the Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft that will be the ride home for Johnny Kim of NASA and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergey and Alexei Zabritsky on December 8th as we transition from Expedition 73 to Expedition 74. We'll have all of that coverage for you a week from Monday on December 8th on NASA Plus.
Guys, greetings to you.
For now, that will wrap up our coverage of flawless arrival.
Success in your mission.